This is the story of Star Wars. You can read along with me in your book. You will know it is time to turn the page when you hear R2-D2 beep, like this. Let's begin now.
You are listening to Fantha Tracks.
It's time to spin round the rim. This is Desert Planet Discs. Star Wars music in a single file. Here are your hosts, Carl Bayless and Level Up Leroy.
Following live broadcast is recommended by the Imperial Council in the belief that your commitment to remain upstanding citizens will be reinforced. It is required viewing for all members of the Imperial forces.
Time now for
Desert Planet Discs,
brought to viewers everywhere in the hope that our own lives may be uplifted by the comparison and enriched with the gratitude of relief. This transmission is unrehearsed and unedited, and is hereby begun without further comment as to its lack of moral value.
Do you remember the time when you woke up from Mars? I don't know if you knew that. Oh, said we played cards, we intimate cigars, but she never told me her name. I still love you, girl from Mars. Sitting at Jimmy days by the water's edge, on the summer night, like those hairstyles in the sky turn a glowing light from your cigarette. The breeze blowing softly on my face. I see something else, something that in my memory's been misplaced. Suddenly all comes back, and as I look to stars, another time when you were from Mars. I don't know if you knew that. Oh, we said we playing cards, we took cigars, but she never told me her name. I still love you, girl from Mars. Darkness of the moon's trap, electricity in the air, sing along through the night on the terrace. Now that summer is here, I know that you are almost in love with me. I see it in your eyes, just like shimmering over the sea tonight, and it almost blows my mind. And as I look to the stars, another time when you woke up from Mars. I don't know if you knew that. Oh, instead of playing cards, we took cigars, but she never told me her name. I still love you, girl from Mars. Chair by the window, the belt as if your dream turned off, but that you were standing over me when the world goes no one now. I still love you, girl from Mars. Remember the time you were from Mars. I don't know if you knew that. All the seven playing cards, we took cigars, but she never told me her name. Do you remember the time you were from Mars? I don't know if you knew that. All the seven playing cards, we took cigars, and I'll still dream of you. I still love you, girl from Mars.
Hello and welcome to Desert Planet Discs, and this time out we've got another bonus track, and joining me for this special is one of our former guests and a very, very busy man, so we're very lucky to have managed to tie him down for a little bit of a chat about everything that's going on in his world and, of course, the world of Star Wars, and that is Mr. Mark Hamilton from Ash. Hey, Mark.
How you doing? Good to be here.
Very well, thank you. And you?
Good. Just we're kind of like at the tail end of festival season. We've been like playing festivals like every weekend of the summer from June. and this next weekend is our like last festival of the summer. We're heading up to Shetland Downs.
Very nice.
Just been we've had a fantastic. I think we've done 14 festivals this summer.
That's also off the back of the Ad Astra tour earlier in the year.
Yeah. So that album came out last year. That was our sort of like second sort of like charting album in like the last 3 years, which is fantastic. And we're just going to keep going. We're going to switch to like, as soon as September hits, we're going to switch to like touring again and going out to Australia, Japan, New Zealand, Singapore, Hong Kong, and then after that Europe, and then back for a UK and Irish tour leading up to Christmas. And I forgot about the fact that we're putting out a 1977 30th anniversary reissue with a whole week, like a week of like in-store shows for that.
Yes, as you say, the 30th anniversary edition of 1977, which obviously classic album. Hard to believe that it is 30 years old.
I know, it's kind of scary.
Because that yeah, I'm going to say, it makes me feel old, but you were obviously, they're obviously playing on it and recording it at the time. So, yeah, it's like
the 50th anniversary next year of Star Wars, and that's like, it's the year that we turned 50 as well.
Yeah.
So it is like, it's a timely reissue.
Yeah.
There's one other thing which is because when we've done reissues before, but like we were able to find the original master tapes from like 1977, and we knew there was like an unfinished song from when we recorded it. We recorded the whole backing track to the song, and then Owen Morris, who produced the album with us, he just thought this one song wasn't right for the album. He said it was like too much like our early stuff, and it was like he called it too indie. Yeah. And so we never finished it. Tim never sang it, but we always thought someday we need to go back and finish that song.
Yeah.
So we got it. We found the master tapes, and Tim finished the lyrics and sung it this year. And so that's going to be essentially like a new single on the album.
Brilliant.
And we went back to Downpatrick a couple of weeks ago and shot a video for it.
Oh, very nice. And the 30th anniversary album package, it's like a double album, double CD. And am I right in saying the second disc is the audio from the lockdown?
Yeah.
Stable.
We did a live version of 1977 in Stabal recording. It was like a live stream thing, but really good production value to the whole thing. And we did that during the pandemic. And I don't know, it's like a bonus content stuff. Like we got the rights back here, so we add that to the CD. And then a lot of the B-sides were only ever on the B-sides to the 7 inches and never put on long an LP thing. So that kind of felt like it was a good chance to put them on the second double album thing.
Cool. Yeah. I seem to remember. I think Darth Elvis and myself at the time spoke about the Stabal concert, because it was. There was like a series of them. I know there was you guys. I think the Wild Hearts did one.
Yeah, the Wild Hearts definitely did one. Yeah.
There were a few others as well, and obviously during the pandemic, it was like, we can't go to gigs, and it made a nice change from people playing acoustic guitars in their conservatories.
Yeah, it was definitely a weird time.
But so and as you say, the production values on it was albeit like a top of the pop studio type stage setting, but audio wise and everything, it was brilliant. So looking forward to getting a hold of that. And as you say, lots and lots and lots of dates. Rather than try and go through them and get people to work out which ones they can make it to, head over to ashofficial.com. Yeah. All the dates are on there, including the record store things in the UK, which is October time.
Yeah.
As you say, September is Australia, New Zealand, Japan, Hong Kong and Singapore. And then middle of November, according to this, you're over in Netherlands and Germany.
Yeah.
Before hitting Camden on the 25th of November, and then bouncing all around the UK and Ireland, quite literally in your case, and winding up on the 17th of December at the London Roundhouse.
Which was amazing, because we actually, the first show was added as an additional show because the Roundhouse sold out like 7 months in advance. So like we get to add an electric ballroom. We would have done a second Roundhouse, but they just didn't have the availability.
No. And as we record this, several of those shows have already sold out. So if you are thinking about going to Catch Ash, playing 1977 in full,
in full, yeah, but in full plus more. Like we'll do like the full album, which is about 45 minutes, and then we like take about a 5-minute break, and then we come out and do another 45 minutes of like B-sides from the era and greatest hits. And everyone goes home happy.
There you go. That's the idea. Send them home happy. So folks, get yourselves tickets. As we keep saying, it's getting harder and harder for venues and acts to sustain both businesses and careers in terms of the act. So buying tickets in advance when you can is always very, very much appreciated by the acts and the venues, so get on it.
We'll see you out there.
Yeah, it's going to be very much fun. I say, I caught you guys on the end of the Ad Astra tour earlier this year, and it's just, the band is sounding phenomenal.
Thank you. It was, the Ad Astra tour was awesome. We actually played quite a lot of that album. Whenever we do album tours, we don't like to sort of like, we kind of want, because people maybe have seen us like 20, 30 times over there, like, over the years. We don't want the set lists to be just the same, because quite often at festivals you end up just doing like single set lists. But so when we do album tours, we try to like make sure that we play a lot of the albums as well.
Yeah, and of course it helps that the quality of songs on the albums that you're putting out now. I currently have my Race the Night t-shirt on. And obviously that came out then Ad Astra, and they're packed with great songs, every bit as much as the the sort of the earlier stuff. Obviously, people have got their historic favourites because they've lived with them for up to 30 years. But the new material is still up there. It's definitely not a band going through the motions. I think you guys have definitely like hit like a second wind.
I think the last 2 albums like both charted like in top 20, and I think the next one, our plan is to make that album go top 10. So
there you go. We need your help to do that, guys. So we'll obviously as soon as we know when it's coming and everything, we will get people on that, and we'll. In fact, if you're all turning 50 next year, and it's the 30th, could we read something into that?
Greetings, this is Julie Dolan, voice of Princess Leia, and you're listening to Desert Planet Discs. It's your only hope.
So yes, the 1977 reissue. Do we read anything into the fact that you'll all be turning 50 next year? So, and Star Wars turns 50.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So, like as something to do with celebration.
Well, now you've come to mention it. Indeed, yes.
Yeah, so I guess most maybe people who have listened to me on here before might have known that we were promoting like Cantina in the past, and we're taking it to LA for the 50th.
Indeed.
We've got like it's sold out in 2 days.
If you weren't aware, people, you should have been paying a little more attention. But yes, the 3rd edition of Cantina.
We've got a venue which is called the Belasco, which is like 15 minutes walk from the convention center. It's like perfect location.
Nice.
And We got Ozma there, who are we played with them on the Weezer cruise about 10 years ago.
Okay.
Like, on a cruise boat going around the Caribbean, which was one of the most fun times ever.
Yeah.
They did some shows, I think, a year ago, but they haven't put out an album in a long time. And I was just listening to the Ozma stuff, just going, I can't believe how good these songs are. And so it's fantastic that they're going to come. And we also have DJ Elliott, who does obviously the main stage DJ at Celebration, and the Flux Capacitors, who have done. I think they've done the Bash and stuff before.
Yeah, I've got a feeling they did the Bash in Anaheim and were Darth Elvis's backing band.
Yeah,
for part of the set. So they did their own set, and then they
did Darth Elvis
did Darth Elvis as well. So
there might be a thawing as well.
Who knows?
There might be a thawing.
Yeah.
I think the force capacitor, the flux capacitors are going to be the force capacitors for the night.
Yeah.
And they're basically, I think they may be doing a similar like backing band role for someone who will like lead them, but someone who's very big in the Star Wars world. So that's we can't announce it until he's officially announced for Celebration. So that's where we're at.
Okay, very very interesting. So watch this space, people.
Yeah.
I'm sure the guys at Fantha Tracks will announce it on the website and more. But yes, very interesting. I've just started running through my mental Rolodex of Star Wars people that are musical. I've got a couple of ideas, but yes, I won't pose those now. You can all send your answers on a postcard.
Yeah.
And if you're right, you win a Desert Planet Discs badge. There you go. So.
Oh, I forgot to say, so like Ash are doing Cantina, so we're doing that.
Yes, of course, Ash are playing.
Hopefully, I mean, like I didn't really like plan for Ash to do it, but when things worked out that Martin, who is basically one of Martin and Jed, were just like, it wouldn't be Cantina if you guys weren't there, which was very nice of them to want us to come over. So that worked out really well. And then hopefully, because we're going to be over doing Cantina, where we're also then going to, the plan is to we've got an agent working on it right now, to do US tour after it.
Very nice. Very nice. So so keep your eyes out, folks. As I say, ashofficial.com for all the dates, and also the store on there has got the 1977 reissues and some bundles with the Ringer t-shirts and stuff like that as well. So get yourself over there, bookmark it, follow them on all the social media and Facebook pages and everything, and you might not miss out. All good fun. So obviously people that know you and that have listened to the show for a long time know that all of Ash are huge Star Wars fans, but you in particular are a huge collector.
Yeah, a big collector of the toys, especially like the 3.75 stuff.
Yeah.
I've got all the Kenner stuff and basically everything since Hasbro took it over. All in the 3.75 scale.
Indeed.
I got Black Series for a while, and I still pick up bits and pieces of it, but begrudgingly. It's like I don't. It doesn't spark the joy in me that the 3.75 does.
Yeah, no, I've always been more, certainly with the Black Series. It's more been, it has to be a character that I'm invested in or a trooper variant.
Well, I just think that the Black Series. What can you do? The Black Series, they sort of they're like, you stand them in rows on the shelf.
Yeah.
and they
take up lots of space.
Yeah, but it's like they don't do. I mean, for me, like as a kid, the toys were all about like the ships as well, and the play sets, and like it's like the world of it. It's like the whole galaxy. You got the figures, and you got the interaction. You put them in the ships, you zoom them around your garden, and you smash them into like sand pits and stuff. Like that was the joy of it all. Like so. Yeah. I think to me, Black Series is very one-dimensional, and I don't know. It's. I mean, the quality of the figures is awesome, but it's not. It doesn't really capture my imagination in the way that the 3.75 does.
No. I seem to remember one of the few Black Series ships I've seen was the First Order TIE Fighter. And it was huge.
That thing's massive.
Yeah. You couldn't run around your garden with that unless there was like a couple of you.
Yeah, you need a crane. I was like, I actually picked that up. I think I got that on clearance somewhere in the store. I got it for less than $50, and it was like insanely cheap for like the size of the thing. But it's so big. Like it just takes up space in my apartment. I don't know what to do.
I was very close to picking that up for exactly the same reason. It was like it should have been like 200, 300 quid, and it was like, oh look, it's 45 quid, and I was like, that's really good. Where the hell am I going to put it?
Where am I going to put it? I mean, the size of these things does start to sort of like, you have to really like, do I have room for this? Like, they call it the really big Millennium Falcon, the Lego one.
The UCS stuff.
Yeah, the UCS stuff, right? So, when I first saw it, I'm like, oh my god, I need to get that. And then I sort of like paused, and then I saw it in the store. Yeah, I was like, I got nowhere to put that. Yeah, like, where am I going to put that? So.
I was very fortunate in that some people that we knew had bought it for their grown-up son one Christmas,
and then he didn't want it anymore.
And he'd started building it and got bored.
Oh my god!
And it's
so you got it.
So they went. It's just sat in our spare room gathering dust. Do you want to build it? And like me and my daughter at the time were like, oh yeah. So we built this UCS Falcon, and as you say, it is bloody massive.
I've got the one which is like the sort of like the figures, like the minifigure scale, like the one which is about, I don't know, that size, whatever that size is.
Yeah, it's about. It's probably. Hang on, I've got a roller there. Probably about 20, 30 inches. About 20. Yeah. Yeah, no, my daughter's joined this Lego thing called Brick Builder, and it's like a Lego library. So you like pay a subscription, and then like you go on the website and go, oh yeah, I want this Lego set, and they send it you out. You build it, and then
you send it back.
Takes lots of pictures, and then you send it back.
Oh wow! And do they do that for even like rare sets and stuff?
I don't. Certainly haven't seen any of the UCS stuff on there.
Oh, okay.
She's just done the Falcon, which I think was the one that came out
for Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, I think it was that one. But she's done, some of the helmets.
Oh yeah,
like Vader and the troopers. She's done Chopper, R2, and 3PO. The sort of
the road droid ones.
Those are really good. She's done a couple of other sort of non-Star Warsy ones as well. But she's done a couple of the diorama-y type ones as well. Pod race one was quite good. I think.
Do you know what I've started to get recently? Only in the last I'd say three months, is like the sort of like the knockoff Lego figures, which they're not official, but they may as well be. I mean, the quality is amazing. I started seeing them at at the mini sort of toy fairs and stuff in the States.
Yeah.
And I was like, where are these coming from? And I was like, because I was able, I had a bunch of the Lego stuff.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of it, and I sold a bunch of it off just because I had too much of it. But then because you were selling off certain ships, you had to get rid of the minifigures, so I had gaps in figures that I liked. But then I was able to like pick them up from like third parties, which was like really cheap as well, like $3-4.
Yeah, I'm going to say I've got a few of the sort of minifigs like that. I've got Bad Batch, all of the Bad Batch.
Yep.
Which are really, really cool. But yeah, I think I got those at Comic Con somewhere.
I'm still waiting on the Bad Batch and TVC. They're taking their time, Hasbro.
Yeah.
That's another story.
So, not only have we had some recent announcements on the collecting front, some new figures and stuff in the pipeline. Obviously, as we head into the 50th year, I'm expecting a big skew towards New Hope stuff. And
yeah, I think that, I saw like they pipelined a lot of retro stuff.
Yeah.
And they showed you away in the back in the day. They used to have like on the back of the card backs, they'd have like the little yeah, and they showed like a lot of retro stuff coming in 2027.
Yeah. I think
and 3 big. So there was like a lot of figures and then 3 larger items.
And
I'm really hoping that one of the larger items is a certain ship which has never been made. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. As I say, I think certainly as you say, they're leaning into the retro collection seemingly leaning into the retro collection.
Yeah, I mean that was the toy line, which was big, which started the whole thing.
Yeah.
So like, it makes sense that on the 50th they sort of like lean into it.
Yeah, absolutely. So yes, it'd be interesting to see what does come along from that. And of course, new properties that they've announced a lot of stuff for as well along the way. Obviously, this year so far we've had Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yeah.
The Maul Shadow Lord series,
which was really good.
Absolutely loved. We're just a couple of weeks in from the release of Ninth Jedi, which I've not yet had a chance to catch.
I haven't watched it either. I feel really bad for not having watched it.
Yeah, it's the I think I was reading the other day. It's the studio that did Ghost in the Machine.
Yeah, I mean, I did like they did Visions 1. They had an episode,
yes.
And it was the best one. And then I think they did they did one more episode, I think, on the last season, and it was a slightly odd episode. I don't know, there's something about it I wasn't too sure about.
Yeah,
and I was hoping that they were able to like recapture that first pilot episode they did.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's, I think, is it six or 8 episodes?
I don't know.
I think it's six episodes, and they're sort of 20-30 minutes, or between 20 and 30 minutes. I think about 25 minutes or something. It's a fair chunk of story time.
I think it's really good strategically for it, because anime is so big with young ones. Like my kids, both my kids watch like anime nonstop. So like trying to lure the younger generation in with like, Japanese anime is a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, again, going back to sort of like Comic Cons and stuff, there's a very, very heavy slant towards a lot of the anime stuff at a lot of the Comic Cons these days.
And they've done they did Star Wars Manga already recently.
Yeah, and as I say, I think playing off the back of Celebration being in Japan as well, I think that's, it's obviously an area or a market that they're trying to sort of sell Star Wars into.
Well, yeah, because Japanese culture is so massive internationally. I think that it would be very, very shrewd of them to do a proper full-length, anime of the OT.
Yeah.
Like that's how you sort of like get a lot of like young generation in.
Yeah, definitely.
And I wouldn't be surprised if that comes.
Indeed. Yeah, it's definitely something that I think they're looking clearly with the Star Wars projects that they've brought to Disney Plus and now coming back into theatres and stuff. They're obviously still looking at ways of keeping the brand alive. One of which we were talking about before we came on air, which is the recently announced Marvel crossover, which, I think we've both got reservations about.
Yeah, whenever I saw that, I think I saw that like 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
I was just like, I kind of like face palmed. I was like, are we doing this? Are we really doing this? No.
Yeah. Just because you can do something doesn't necessarily mean you should.
Yeah, and you'll see people in comments just going, "Oh, it's just fun." What have you got against fun and stuff? It's like certain things are sacred. Certain things are sacred, but then again, at the same time, we've had Angry Bird Star Wars, so
yeah,
is it any different from that? I don't know.
Yeah. So, we'll wait and see. You never know. It might actually be.
Yeah, you never know.
Weirdly entertaining. It's funny actually. I've been watching Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, and there's really in the new series. There's already been a couple of in previous series, sort of like hints of like a Doctor Who crossover. And the first episode of this new series, there's a really on the nose. There's like one of the characters that's supposed to be like thousands of years old. And said, "Oh yeah, I've seen one of those before. I think I was in a telephone box at the time." And it's like, okay, yeah. And there's been loads of talk sort of that they were trying to do some sort of Star Trek. And in the last Doctor Who series, I think they said something about, "Oh, isn't that a bit Star Trek?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, I know those guys." And it's like, no. As I say, just because you can do something doesn't always mean that you should.
And then they did something that they did do, which I think worked out really well, was in Maul Shadow Lord, was having Maul fight Vader. That was cool.
Yes. Yeah.
And it made sense. It didn't just feel like gratuitous. It felt like that could have happened at that point.
And the other thing that I liked the way they did that was,
I love the animation, the sort of like the almost like painted, like almost like impressionist like backgrounds.
Yeah, the animation itself was really, but I think I'm correct. Vader doesn't actually speak.
Yeah, probably not.
I don't think there was any point, because I kept thinking, oh.
Well, he didn't need to say anything, did he?
No,
really,
but that's one of the things I know, and like we've discussed this before on the show, before James Earl Jones passed away, he'd signed some deal with Lucasfilm whereby they could presumably use his voice to train an AI to. But I've always thought, even when he's come back and done the voices, something in the way they've processed it with more modern technology, it never quite sounds as it did.
Yeah.
And, sort of in the Obi-Wan show and stuff like that, it's just got a slightly different resonance to it.
I didn't like how they used Vader in the Obi-Wan show.
Mm.
The bit when he just like standing there at the other side of the fire, refusing, like what, he just like would watch as Obi-Wan get away. What?
Yeah. But I think, as I say, I think not having him speak in Maul actually added to that sort of sense of menace.
Well, it's a bit like at the end. It's like kind of like whenever he's just sort of like going John Wick at the end of Rogue One.
Yeah,
he didn't need to speak there. It was just that all action.
That's it. And as I say, I think leaning into the character from that side, and making him not mysterious, because you kind of know where he's coming from and what his deal is, but not having him speak just for the sake of it, I think added to the tension of that. All good. Yes, we like more.
And I guess we're talking about the recent new media. You've also got like Mando and Grogu.
Yes.
Which was, you'd have to have your head in the sand to like think that it wasn't a box office flop.
Mm.
I don't think anyone thought it was going to be so low.
Yeah.
Even though it was kind of like a 4 stitched together episodes of the show, but like it did have a good. I thought the production was awesome. I thought it looked good.
Yeah, and a lot of people have said being able to see Star Wars back on a big screen that's its natural home and all that sort of thing. And yes, big sound systems and everything else. Yeah, for me, it did feel kind of like, as you say, season 4.
I mean, you can almost see where the episodes start and began.
Yeah. Where the previously on The Mandalorian. Press the skip button on Disney Plus. Yeah, as I say, I think that was, for me that was the.
I mean, there's definitely things that I loved about it. There is some things that I thought were a bit, like stakes. You gotta have stakes. You had this incredibly fortified, hot Nalhada, right? With huge sort of like turrets, anti-aircraft turrets, and the X-Wings come in and they don't take one single casualty.
Yeah.
Not one person dies.
Yeah. The other thing, and it's not the only Star Wars property to have done this, but it did kind of feel like they'd gone through the tick box exercise of, right, we need a high-speed chase. Yes, we got that in there. Right, okay, we need like a cantina type scene. Yeah, we got that in there.
We need some cute aliens.
Yeah, we need some cute little aliens that are going to sell us shitloads of merch. Tick. And then, then we need the attack on the big base at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, look, yeah. The
Anzellans, okay. I think one of the things that I remember back from being a kid, whenever Return of the Jedi was in the cinema, was like whenever Battle of Endor, whenever the Ewoks got killed.
Yeah.
Right? We were kids watching the movies, and it was like somewhat shocking watching the Ewoks get killed.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I mean, that Anzellan that got in them, like the dog. Remember the dog?
Yeah.
Ambu's dog gets one of them. That Anzellan should have died at that point.
Yeah.
But no, come on.
Yeah. As you say, it's one of those you kind of think, oh. But there we go. I
did enjoy it, and I loved the what you call it, the Mantelian salve rip. I love that, and I thought Rhoda was great. I thought I didn't know how that was going to go down. When you hear about like a CGI Huts, because CGI Huts have not great in the past, but I thought Rhoda was probably the best thing about the movie.
Yeah. It was, I'd seen some stuff where they were sort of going, oh yeah, CGI looks a bit cheap in places, and yeah, I think if you're going to try and analyze it to that degree, then yeah, you're going to be able to pick faults with 99% of, even if you go back to even the original trilogy, you go through that and you go, oh look, its lightsaber sort of goes, whoo, and it loses all its glow, and you're just like, oh, yeah.
Then I saw 2 nights ago. It was last night. I went to see Spider-Man, Brand New Day, which is I think it's on course to be the biggest movie of all time. But some of the special effects in that looked a bit ropey to me.
Hi, this is Martin Keeler, curator of the best and probably the only museum dedicated to Constable Zuvio, the Zuvium, and you're listening to Desert Planet Discs.
The gift that keeps on giving is new Star Wars, and we're just around the corner. We're just around the corner now from D23, so lots of speculation about what's going to be announced or teased. Obviously, we know that season 2 of Ahsoka is coming either late this year or early next year. So a lot of people expecting that we're going to get.
I think they've already said that it's going to be early next year.
Yeah. So obviously people expecting trailers or sneak peeks.
If you're into the sort of like spoiler world, there's quite a lot of spoilers out there for it.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to like seeing what you the last time we saw in Balin when he was like looking at the Mortis gods, like the
Yes.
statues of them. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping we're going to see like some good Mortis god stuff.
Yeah. In fact, I rewatched Ahsoka a few months back, and then off the back of that, went back and watched the Mortis arc from the Clone Wars, because I was like, I remember watching it at the time, and then I couldn't remember.
I think
exactly.
Sam Witwer did the voice of the son, right? So
Yes, I think so.
I think it would be absolutely great if he is playing that in a live action role.
Yeah.
I think that'd be phenomenal. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, no, it's a good call actually. But I went back and rewatched that just to kind of get my head back around the how it all went down, and the
and also, like, we don't really know after Ahsoka, and obviously Starfighter, nothing else has been announced. Nothing else live action has been announced yet. So, as far as we know, Disney Plus has kind of like pulled back the budgets on things. So, who knows what we're going to get after Ahsoka season 2?
Yeah, I'm expecting D23 to focus on what's already been announced.
Yeah.
And
I think Celebration will be where we'll
given that you've got Celebration in April, if Ahsoka's 6-8 episodes, then if that starts early in the new year, that will pretty much take you to, I don't know, say they start at the end of Jan, take you to the middle of March. They might even kick it back so that the last episode gets debuted at
Celebration,
at Celebration or something like that. I know they did that with
Mando season 3.
Yes. So because everybody was like, hang on, we're going to be at Celebration and the episode doesn't come out for another 3 days after it. That's a bit weird. And then they did the big Mando panel, and then it was like, oh yeah, I'll come back tonight and we'll show you the first 5 minutes. And then it was like, oh no, come back and you can watch the whole thing with us.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and of course, Starfighter.
I am hoping. I do hope that in Ahsoka season 2 that Thrawn is used. I kind of want the Rebels to get, I kind of want the New Republic to get like a hiding from Thrawn. I want Thrawn to get some big wins, and I want to make sure that Thrawn isn't killed off by the end of the season. He needs to be like in movies as the big bad.
Yeah, I think, because I mean that's kind of as well. If you think like The Empire Strikes Back, The Empire Strikes Back ends on that sort of whole downer of, well, actually the bad guys are ahead at the moment.
Yeah,
and that would be, again, there was talk a couple of years ago of
Filoni's movie.
Yeah, the
things seem to have gone quiet in that.
Yeah, Mando versus Assemble, as we call it.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh yeah, let's get Mando and Ahsoka and everybody from all those shows and all the kids from Skeleton Crew, and that would be a nice surprise announcement, actually. More Skeleton Crew.
Yeah, I thought it was fun. It felt like Amblin, kind of like E.T.
Yeah.
I got like 80s vibes from it.
Yeah, the only mild criticism was it was a bit on the nose Goonies in places. You know?
Yeah, I mean they were going for that. You could see that.
Yeah, but I think there's certainly mileage in picking up, certainly with the characters.
But they have to be careful those kids don't age up too quickly, because they'll be getting Yeah.
Or do you go off and do a Jude Law sort of side story? I quite liked that character, sort of like a little bit Jedi, but actually not great intentioned.
Yeah, he was kind of like he was like a parrot, you know.
Yeah.
Very, very grey area.
Yeah, that would be interesting. But yes, the other thing that obviously people are expecting huge announcements and possibly teasers for at D23 is Star Wars Starfighter.
Yeah.
Which is obviously due. Is that May next year? I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So obviously the real hit will be.
I think
again at Celebration.
You've got to have a first teaser trailer at D23. It's got to happen.
Definitely. And as we were saying before, Project Hail Mary.
Oh, Ryan Gosling's going to get people. I don't think we're going to be looking. I think we're going to be looking at a larger box office than Mando and Grogu. Yeah. Because Ryan Gosling will get people's eyes on.
Yeah. All those Barbie fans will be in.
Hopefully.
They could reuse the Ken dolls as whatever his character is going to be called.
I've heard a few little things that from people who have been involved with it, sort of saying that the actual action is top notch, and I don't know. I think it's going to hopefully be a win, and I think Star Wars needs a win at the minute.
Yeah. And again, I think as we were saying, as we were saying about the anime stuff and things as well, you need that. You need stuff to land or to hook people in, because much like.
And also, if it is a hit, then you can run with those characters.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure they saw something in one of the. I can't remember where it was, but they were basically saying this is an all new cast, no legacy characters. It's all new.
Yeah.
So it's essentially a clean slate. And if the movie's a hit, then they can run with those characters for as long as they want.
Yeah. Yeah. And of course, the other thing that they've got the option of there to go in a similar vein of that, no legacy characters is to go back to the Old Republic.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think we've got we've got a Knights of the Old Republic remake coming soon. Well,
yes,
it feels like it's been in development for 10 years already, but
yeah,
that's still in the works.
Yeah, but certainly some sort of tie-in to that would be, I think, and again, like all of these things, if they get it right,
you have to get it right, because whenever Kathleen Kennedy first announced Acolyte, the premise of it sounded great. It was going to be Sith orientated, and it was going to be this mystery kind of thing. That's not what we got, and like it or hate it, that's not what we were sold initially.
Yeah,
but if you're going to do Knights of the Old Republic, it has to be kind of epic scale. It has to be. I think you got to find people who love those games and get people who are really love those games to be involved.
Definitely.
It's almost dangerous going there, because if they mess
if they mess it up, then it is. That is the.
That's the worry.
That's the nail. that's the final nail then. But
I think I saw something as well. Something else was on Instagram. Either today or yesterday was Simon Kinberg was posting from Skywalker Ranch. Or I think he was there. He's working on a trilogy, post sequels, so after the sequels, and he was involved in writing Rebels.
Yes,
and so him and Filoni have already worked together.
Yeah,
so I think they're sort of they're putting projects out there, and they're sort of waiting to see what sticks, what lands. And if Starfighter's a hit, I think they'll just keep doing more of that.
Yeah,
And if it's not, then they'll be like, pivot to the next thing.
Yeah, on to the next thing. On to the next thing. Indeed. There we go. Massive round trip around all sorts of things. Music, Star Wars, and, what else could you do? Oh, before we forget, we should just give a quick plug to fellow Fantha tracker John Hipkiss, who is currently performing he's currently performing several shows at the Edinburgh Fringe, but one of those is his one-man Star Wars improvised movie, which is never the same twice, obviously, because it's improvised. It's based on audience input. I've seen it 2 or 3 times now. Certain recurring characters based on what's happening in the news. We've had a couple of Darth Trumps and things like that. So if you are at Edinburgh Fringe, do check that out. Say he's also doing, I believe, his new non-Star Wars stand-up show, The Wild One, and then he'll be doing more of those shows throughout the year. And there is also some rather exciting news, I believe, coming in the pipeline, but a bit like Mark's potential special guest for Cantina 3, it's all under wraps at the moment. So there we go. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you to Mark again for spending some time. Good luck with the gigs in the next, the festival this weekend, and then the rest of the tour. And I shall see you, if not before, I shall see you in Birmingham.
Yeah, I'll see you in Birmingham.
Whenever that is, sometime early December.
Yeah.
So, until then, take care, and may the Force be with you.
See you later.
Thank you for listening to Fantha Tracks Radio and this episode of Desert Planet Discs. For all your Star Wars news, reviews and everything else, head over to fanthatracks.com, or why not like, follow or subscribe to our social media pages, which can be found by searching Fantha Tracks on your favourite channels. Get in touch with us by emailing radio@fanthatracks.com and putting Desert Planet Discs in the subject line. It helps the pit droid sort out where it needs to be sent. Of course, we'd be honoured if you subscribe to the podcast channel and leave us a review, preferably a 5-star one, via Apple Music, Amazon, Audible, SoundCloud, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Subscribing is the best way to make sure you never miss an episode of Desert Planet Discs, Making Tracks, Planet Layer, Start Your Engines, Collecting Tracks, Fantha from Down Under and Cannon Fodder. Weekly Making Tracks shows drop every Tuesday at 7 PM UK time, and other shows drop on a rotation every Friday at the same time, 7 PM. If you'd like to see what we look like, then don't miss Good Morning Tatooine on Facebook, YouTube and Twitch every Sunday at 9 PM UK time, 4 PM Eastern and 1 PM Pacific. Huge thanks to James Semple for the Fantha Fair intro, and Mark Daniels and Vanessa Marshall for our voiceovers. And remember, Fantha Tracks Radio and TV is totally free. No subscriptions, Patreon and the like, so what's stopping you?
There's a voice that keeps on calling me down the road. That's where I'll always be. Every stop I make a new friend. Can't stay for long, just turn around and I'm gone again. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow I'll just keep moving on.
Come back soon, I'll be waiting.